It's October 11th, my youngest's birthday, Elijah. He's 18 today, so happy birthday, Elijah. And Faith is still holding baby Grace. And I really hope, I just got my fingers crossed and keep asking the Lord that maybe He'll bless me with the baby on my birthday. So 2 more days still to go. And she was very hungry this morning, so I threw a couple flakes of the third cut and grass hay on top of her alfalfa bale there. It's pretty moldy because it got rained on several times when we first got it in there, but she's still eating it. She is. Cleaned out the lean-to, and not sure what we're gonna get tackled today. I know we gotta run to the store and grab a few things. I know Billy was talking about like getting brush around and throwing it in the fire. Maybe do some grading, because that's not really him laboring. It's the machine that's laboring, him just sitting in the machine. So he thought maybe he could get that done today for it being a rest day. But I'm out here getting chores done, on my part of my chores anyways. Cow, rabbits, chickens, and then watering everybody, horses. But they all 3 got new bales in put in yesterday, so they should be good for at least a week to 2 weeks. And I don't really see any rain in our forecast till like next Friday, so hopefully they can get quite a bit of 8 and not have to deal with that getting rained on, because they do eat it a lot better when it's not rained on. My cousin and I were taking down the rabbit cages because I want to get them moved. Everybody's eating. She's like, no, I don't want to be videoed. There's Honey. There's Miss Majestic, Magnificent. Miss Beautiful. There's Miss Poco. Hi. There's Beautiful. This Blue Diamond up here. Let's see if our 14 does actually... There's a baby eating with Mama. Miss Court. She's my broken otter doe. Here's Lily. Hi, sweetheart. She actually looks like she's pregnant. Miss Lavender, which I don't know yet. Miss No Namer, because she's not named, and no name up here. Just not named yet. These are my torrent colored orange red does, I guess. And then their sister here. This is Ginger. Miss Princess. Miss Mabel. Miss Belle. Mr. Cash. Hi, buddy. I still gotta go feed my bucks over there, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll get back with you guys. There's Mr. Darius. Mr. Champ. Mr. Eli. Mr. Otis, my little otterbuck. Mr. Sampson. And then Mr. Chester. I don't know if we can see him. And chickens this morning. There was 2 that were still out, which was Mama and little Chickie there. Goodness sakes. And the blonde hen, wherever she's at. But everybody else was in the hut, and I shut the door. There was a couple. I did have to catch two, a black one and an Americana. And then the other two Americanas went up in there. Oh no, it was a blue hen. My blue hen, I had to catch her and Americana. No, maybe it was just the blue hen and the black hen, because I did catch a black hen too. So the Americanas, they actually went up into it. That blue hen right there is who I caught. She was out. But everybody else seems to be doing all right. I wonder where the only ones I didn't see come out of there that hen right there, she was still out. I couldn't catch her. It got too dark. I just couldn't see her well enough to try to catch her. But everyone else was in there. Chex even got up in there like he was supposed to. Oh, there's one. I was wondering where they were. Hi, ladies. Hello. So yeah, I mean, they're using this now, and I'm happy with that. And I'm putting the door up from there. That latches up. We rigged a little thing on there, and we still have to just button up, some areas here to put some more slats on. And my cousin tried to trying to see like where the grain's at. I've ate a few of it, but not a whole lot. He says I might have to put some more roosting bars in here, but you can see I need to fill that in. I want to fill this in down here. There's little areas right here that I want to fill in. Fill this back in up here. And I need to put one right through here too. And then I'd like to put a handle on this. But this stays shut. You have to actually pull it to bring it open. So it's good to stay shut. Oh, I see my cousin left his screwdriver. But yeah, that is what's going on today. Sounds like the neighbors up there splitting wood. And we're still getting eggs, just not as many. Hopefully the barred rocks, they'll be close to laying. Look at that little baby. Probably in the next, I'd probably say in November we should be getting eggs from them. But the 4 and then our 8 that we have gives us 12 hens. And I don't know what the little baby is, whether that's a hen or if it's a rooster. We don't need any more roosters, we really don't. But it's got a little bit of white on top of its head, you can see. And actually, I think it's blue. It looks blue. It doesn't know how to go up the ramp or anything right yet. It doesn't know it. She's actually being a good mom. She's called a Macron is her breed. They got feathers on their feet. And they lay a red egg. I thought I had one more, but I think they're either Black Jersey Giants, which that's what Mr. Magic right there is supposed to be, but he's not very big for being supposed to be a Black Magic Giant or a Jersey Giant. It's got like a little gray butt too. But yeah, that's the update so far as of today. And, hi ladies, always okay. I think she was chasing a fly. But they went right up in the shed in their hen house, and I was pretty happy to see that. She looks like she's the smallest one out of the 4. She's the biggest. My cousin got these for $1 at the feed store. I don't know where he got them from, what feed store it was down in Indiana. But he got 13 of them, and he only paid for 10, I think is what he said. So I was like, cool, he asked me if we wanted some, and I was like, sure, when they get a little older. I didn't want them right away. But he raised them from babies, chicks, and did a pretty good job. I originally was only going to get 3, but I thought, you know what? I asked him, I said, if you can spare 4, I said, that would give me 12 hens back. And like I told my husband, if the dogs are going to be eating eggs, boiled eggs every week as part of their meal, then we need more laying hens. And it seems to be working out all right for what we were getting. And now that they've kind of sloughed off, I think it's just from the pressure from us being in here trying to fix this up, and then the new hens being in here, and everybody trying to get in their flocking order. Because every time you add something new to a herd or a flock anywhere, there's always a pecking order who's going to be boss. And obviously new ones usually are on the bottom totem pole. But I'm pretty happy with all the ones that we have. I still got to try to get this down. And my cousin never made it yesterday. Well, he didn't actually say he was coming. He said he would try. And with that being said, he didn't come, but Billy and I, we cut down 3 trees, so we're at 63 trees now. Yesterday, did a lot of getting brush and putting it in the burn pile. That took a few minutes. It took a little more than a few minutes, but yeah, we definitely got a little more done. I mean, it looks a little more opened up there. 2 big dead poplars came down. 1 maple that Billy thought about keeping, but it ended up having rot in it. You're throwing some on the ground there, girl. She's like, yeah, but I'm okay. I'm just gonna eat here. Still waiting on to hear back from the person that I'm trying to get the hooves done with. And she's got a beautiful bag. Beautiful udder. I told her, I said, maybe I have to wash her down again today because she is a little dirty. But we might have something in the works. But it will be probably something that won't happen for another 2 years or so. But we will keep you posted on that. Is that good stuff? Come on, girl. Is that good stuff? She hasn't lost her appetite at all. Actually, I think it's increased since she's gotten closer to her due date. noticed that her valva today looks a little more reddish colored. I've been trying to keep her washed off. I just get this sponge with some warm soapy water and wash her off, her valva anyways, and go from there. Try to keep her clean. Yesterday I had to clean her pretty good because she was filthy. She did lay in some wet stuff that was in there, and you could see the side of her bag right here is dirty. Her teats were covered in stuff, and I gotta wash her again. But her valva, let's see it, pull her. Can I use her tail for a second? I just want to see. It looks, the color of it is more reddish looking, and they said that when you get that, but I haven't seen any drainage today, nothing at all. She let a lot of mucus, thick mucus out. It was on the 9th, no, on the 8th. And then on the 9th too, she was acting a little different, but nothing that was too concerning. And then yesterday on the 10th, she was just her normal self. Her appetite picked back up. I didn't see a whole lot of drainage. She had a little bit, but not much. And then this morning, she's filthy. She needs washed down again. And I'll probably have to do that. But it's a little chilly right now. It's only 48 degrees out. And I don't want to wet her down right now. But I will wash her a little later. Get all this washed off of her and get her udder washed back up. Wash her tail off, wash her valva, wash her hips right here. You know, I've been trying to feel this because her tail area is supposed to get pretty wiggly, and the ligaments kind of hard to tell on a cow, but that's just something. She's definitely, baby is further down, I can tell, and that's what happens when they get started up in the birth canal. They will drop down. But I did want to say that I did find out that the Porter P bull sex semen that I actually bought the last 2 straws off to breed her in January with, the gentleman that's going to be bringing the tank that will bring it here, his name's Greg from the Michigan Livestock Association. I was talking to our hay guy yesterday when he brought us the bales, and he told me that, because I was telling him his older brother James knows how to AI. James is like, it's been a while, and I wanted James to teach me. Well, come find out, Greg, the gentleman that I am speaking with about the semen and stuff, that he's my the rep that does our area for cows, you know, that do AIing and stuff like that. He goes, when I first talked to him, he's like, you want Holsteins, right? And I'm like, no. I'm doing A2 Jersey cows. He went in to tell me that there are none that he is aware of that are specifically A2 Jersey cows in the state of Michigan. And he suggested that I try to start something like this. And he asked me, he's like, how many cows you want? And I was like, well, we don't have enough acres to house the cows that I would like. And he's like, well, why don't you talk to your farmer that, you know, had that? So I spoke a little bit with our hay guy, John, and I think maybe we can possibly think of something about, once I get to the point where I'm going to have too many cows here, I can move them down there and do like a partnership with them. That's what my husband's saying, instead of leasing it. He says that he just thinks that I should go in as partners with them. They have the barn, the equipment. They have 30 acres of pasture that the cows would be able to roam on, and we would have the cows. So that's something that's going to be in the works possibly. I asked John how many cows that he thinks I could actually, that would house that. And he said, well, most of the pasture is woods. And I said, well, he said, well, how many cows you want to do? And I said, between 15 and 20. And he says, yeah, you won't have a problem them grazing on that. He says, now if we have a drought, a dry season, you'll probably be feeding hay. And I said, okay, which I wouldn't have a problem with. He is our hay guy. So that would have to be something. We could keep our heifer calves here, and then once we AI them and get them bred, and I could move them back. I could move them down there with my herd, where my herd would be, where we'd be milking and stuff, because they have a parlor, they got a milk house, they got freestall barn, they got everything that has to be done to be able to be milking. And I want to do herd shares. I don't want to like sell to a co-op or anything. I want to sell fresh A2 Jersey milk from very clean, disease-free animals. And my vet's coming out to do a TB test on her when they get the testing in. I told him at least we could do that. He said he wouldn't worry about the BVD. He said because unless the cows have diarrhea all the time, then you don't have to worry about that. He said he wouldn't worry about it. And to be able to test them, they have to take a piece of their ear off, like actually send a piece of their ear in. And he said he doesn't recommend me doing that because that has nothing to do with like milk, for selling milk. He said, now the TB, he said, we're not prone for it here in the lower part of Michigan. There isn't any confirmed cases of it, but we will test her just so I have paperwork on that. And then I still think I'm going to have him draw some blood on her, 2 to 3 mils, and I'm going to send in for her A2. I want to get the whole panel done on her to know like her butterfat count and her homozygon, if she's any of that or anything like that, that would tell me. And that's like $100 for that, but it'll be worth it. And I can't wait to meet our little baby Grace. So with that being said, that was our little story for this morning's gathering here on the homestead. And still no baby. Happy birthday to my son. I can't believe he's 18. I really can't. But it is what it is. I haven't seen him though. It's been months since I've seen him. He can come here whenever he wants. He just, I don't know, school or whatever. He's just got too much going on, I guess. But that's okay. Children will realize it after their parents are gone that they should have spent more time with them. But it is what it is, and I'm okay with it. I really enjoy what I do here. It keeps my mind off my kids, actually. I pray for them. But they are adults, and they're doing their own thing, so I was there at one time, too. I know how it is. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to our members. Thank you to our subscribers. Thank you to everybody that views our videos and those that comment. Thank you, thank you. And as always, until next time, God bless you all.